All right, I have your attention. We are now on the air. I'll call the board meeting to order at this time. We welcome you. And if you would join me for a moment of silence. Thank you very much. If you're able, would you stand as we say the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. You may be seated. At this time, I'll ask for a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Dr. Lamb made the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, let me know by lifting hand. All board members were in favor. Oh, by the way, all board members and the superintendent are present. Our two student representatives were not able to be here tonight, so I'll point that out as well. Item 2 is communications, and I, under that, is recognitions. And at this time, we will be recognizing different people. And if you would, all the board members, if you would join me over in the area over there, please.
Our Garrard County Schools Danville Office Equipment Staff Member of the Month chose not to come tonight because she wanted to go see her grandchild perform, and we certainly understand that. So we wanted to recognize Tammy Goins anyway. She's the cafeteria manager at Garrard County High School, has done a great job. She's a compassionate and encouraging leader for our staff and students. She works hard to take care of all of our GCHS students. She's created a culture within her staff to identify students who need a little extra love and attention. She's been known to provide students with a little extra snack with her own personal monies. She's a golden lion at heart, and GCHS is proud to have her leading our cafeteria. Thank you, Ms. Goins, for all you do to support her. Sorry she's not here, but if you see her, tell her thank you and congratulations. Garrard County Schools Quaker Bank Teacher of the Month this month is Ms. Carolyn No from Paint Lick Elementary. Carolyn No is a dedicated math interventionist, and the students and staff at Paint Lick Elementary School are fortunate to work with her. Mrs. No is hardworking and deeply committed. She approaches each day with genuine care that students can feel the moment they sit down at her table. She has a natural gift for teaching and making math accessible and enjoyable for learners who need it most. Her encouragement, persistence, and unwavering belief in her students lead to meaningful progress in the classroom. Additionally, Ms. No is a tremendous support to each staff member at PLE, always ready to offer encouraging words, wisdom, or a hug when needed. We're truly grateful to Ms. No for all she does and cannot imagine our school without her. Congratulations.
It's in the car.
Next is the Garrard County Schools and Farmers National Bank Students of the Month, and our first recognition is from Camp Dick Robinson. It's Alexander Bynum. Alexander's a third grade student who exemplifies our pause expectations daily. Prepared, Alexander arrives each day ready to learn and assist his fellow students. Attitude, Alexander encourages students to achieve their best. Works hard, Alexander gives his best effort daily on assignments, responsibilities, and participation. He enjoys explaining math problems with zeal, and all his fellow students listen attentively when he teaches. Shows respect. Alexander includes others in activities, works to keep the classroom neat and orderly, and follows classroom expectations. He enjoys playing soccer, football, and rugby. He enjoys making animations and playing video games in his free times as well. So congratulations to Alexander on being Student of the Month.
I just want to say thank you. I appreciate it. I would like to also mention that I would like to see the Board of Education look more at the teacher educational activities and try to offer support when they can.
Sir. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Next from Lancaster Elementary is Adeline Helton. Adeline's a third grade LES student, and she is the Student of the Month because she truly shines in everything she does. She's a hard worker who always takes responsibility and leads by example, keeping the classroom running smoothly and stepping up as a leader. She always wants to participate, strive for perfection, and is always willing to help her classmates. Her spunky personality and bright smile make our days better. We're so lucky to have her. Congratulations. I don't think our Paint Lick student is here, so we will make sure that they get recognized at Paint Lick. So next is from Garrard Middle School is Liam Burke. Liam's an 8th grader at GMS, and he approaches challenges with determination. He treats others with kindness and respect, and he actively participates in our school community. He consistently gives his best and is in and out of the classroom. He's an athlete for the GMS football and basketball teams and an active member of our SCCLA club. Liam's positive attitude and respectful behavior make him a true example of what it means to show GMS pride each day. Congratulations, Liam.
Congratulations.
And from Garrard County High School, William Jasper. William is a senior at GCHS, and he's a hard worker, dedicated, motivated, and an encouraging golden light. He's been a leader for the GCHS marching band and has been a big influence in setting the GCHS standard for excellence. He is dual post-secondary ready and has completed the GCHS business pathway. He'll lead GCHS with 18 dual credit hours. He exhibits many attributes as a leader. He encourages others and consistently pushes them to do their best. He's always smiling, stands up for others, and has been a model of hard work and determination for his classmates. And I was told just a few minutes ago, he's also received recognition as being the KMEA All-State recognition this year. Lots of folks try out for it. I think he is one of very, very few who has received that. So we didn't have that written here, but we want to make sure he got recognized for that. So congratulations, folks. Mr. Anderson? Okay.
All right, item B is site-based decision-making minutes. I hope my fellow board members have had an opportunity to look over those. Item C is audience comments. I don't believe anyone signed up
No, sir.
for that.
Correct.
Board members, any board member have a comment? All right, if not, item E is superintendent, and you've got a construction update, bonding capacity update for us.
So we try to provide one of those for you on on a monthly basis. We don't provide it. Baird provides it for you. You take a look at it, you'll see that your bonding capacity for this month is at $12,725,000. Down slightly from last month, again, just a tick up in the borrowing rates on that. We'll keep you informed as that continues to move forward.
With the Fed dropping the borrowing rate, that didn't affect.
It did not. There was concern about what the numbers were looking like with tariffs and things of that nature, so they saw no connection between the two.
All right, thank you.
The next item is just an informational item. We provided this to you. There was legislation that was passed in the last session that kind of directed us to say that students who weren't reading at grade level had to be retained at first grade level, could be retained at kindergarten. There's always a concern when you hear an overwhelmingly specific thing that says everybody has to have something happen. So thanks to CKEC, who brought a whole bunch of our districts together and allowed us to have some conversation. Our team worked with districts surrounding us and realized that the legislation was not quite as restrictive as it first sounded. But we did feel like that all of the surrounding areas needed to have some consistency so that if a retention was occurring, kids weren't jumping from one district to the other, trying to play those districts. So after working with CKEC, our team developed a system that you all have and that we're making everyone aware of. It's kind of a flow chart that will help walk people through whether a retention should occur or not. The flow chart will help our principals more readily explain to our families why a decision was made. It's never going to be made just at the last minute where nobody had any expectation. And as you see this, these are all posted. You can have access to this. The community can have access to this. It'll help walk you through the idea of if a student has a reading plan, what happens for them. If a student doesn't have a reading plan, what happens for them. And as you walk your way through, it becomes very clear when a retention should occur, when a retention shouldn't occur. So we just wanted to inform you all that this was a decision that we've made. This is how we're going to work with this moving forward, and happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you, sir.
And the last section for me is Lancaster Elementary. Ms. Middleton is going to come and give you an update on what's going on at LES. Since we're not attending schools, it's still important that you have a chance to hear from them about what's going on, and we're happy to have Ms. Middleton with us tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to highlight Lancaster Elementary. I'm very proud to represent Lancaster Elementary and the Lancaster community. So thank you for your time tonight. First of all, I just want to bring your attention to our motto for the school year, which was watch us. And that just meant that we were going to have high expectations for our students and staff. And we wanted that at the forefront of everything that we did. Let's see, Dr. Stoll, I just hit the next button.
If it doesn't go, I'll move it.
It did not. Oh, there it goes. So the big aha for this year was our 2025 KSA results. We were a blue school, 86.1. And as you can see, there were some happy tears that day when we were able to give that to our staff. Our test score average continues to increase, as well as our statewide performance. We are now in the top 13% of schools in the state of Kentucky for elementary schools. So we are very, very proud of that. There was a lot of hard work that went into it. Of course, it's an administrator's job to put systems in place, but it was my staff and students that did the heavy lifting to make that possible. So we were able to decrease our novice in math for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades down to 8%. We were able to decrease our reading down to 18% and cut our writing novice in half down to 12%, with our proficiency increasing in every area. So we're very proud of that. So of course, that's for third, fourth, and fifth grade KSA results, but we also track our primary students as well to make sure that they are reaching grade level proficiency. So just an example, Miss Hatfield's kindergarten class, when her students came to her in the fall, they were only at 33% proficiency and 42% of her kids were novice in math. We just took iReady in the winter. 55 of her students are now proficient and she has 0 novice kids. So we are working really, really hard to make sure every grade level reaches standards. So I'd like to just take a little time and talk about how we reach some of our goals and how we plan to sustain that in the future. So when we looked, when I first became principal, we really looked at our amount of novice students in Lancaster Elementary, and we decided that we needed to make a change. Our students' time and their learning is too valuable to guess what works in the classroom. So we turned to a study called the Opportunity Myth, and we really dug deep into that. And this was presented by the New Teacher Project, and they looked at schools who were not meeting grade level proficiency across the entire country. And the big takeaway from this study was students who get behind stay behind. And it's really, really hard for them to catch up. So they looked at schools and were able to see that they were doing things like only exposing students to their level. So for instance, if you had a 5th grade student reading on a 4th grade level, they only saw 4th grade content. And they didn't vet what their students were using in the classroom, what teachers were providing for them. And so when we looked around at LES, we saw that we were doing some of those things. So we really wanted to make a change. The opportunity makers actually looked at schools who were able to close the gap for their students. And they were able to divide into 3 different categories, which is belonging, consistency, and coherence. So belonging just means creating a climate for your students where they want to be and they feel like they belong. Consistency is making sure that students' interventions are also mirroring what they're learning in the classroom. So you have to expose them to grade level material, but also you got to close that gap somehow. So what they do in intervention needs to go along with their Tier 1 instruction. And then of course, coherence. Trajectory changing schools make sure that there is alignment from kindergarten to 5th grade. So in kindergarten, math terms that they hear as 5-year-olds, they also need to hear as 5th graders. So we really dove into that work to make sure we were doing that. We have 5 teacher leaders at Lancaster, We have 5 teacher, thank you. 5 teacher leaders at Lancaster Elementary, primary, intermediate, reading, and math. And we got together as a team and decided that we really wanted to drive this home for Lancaster Elementary. So we came up with an opportunity makers framework with classroom look-fors. And my teacher leaders went into classrooms to give feedback to teachers on how they can incorporate this more into their classroom. So we've had a lot of success there. It was very well received by teachers and staff. So we will continue that work throughout the school year and into next year. So when we continue our work at LES, of course, content area work is never done. I think it was Dr. Stoll that said until 100% of our kids are proficient and distinguished, the work is never finished. So we're always diving into reading, math, science, social studies, and writing and how we can make ourselves better. We're looking at HQIRs and evidence-based practices. So if you're not familiar, HQIRs are high-quality instructional resources, and we want to make sure our teachers and students have access to that. But you can have the highest quality resources in the world and most expensive, but if you're not using evidence-based practices, it really is not going to get you anywhere. So we're really making sure we're aligning the two. We're utilizing curriculum-based professional learning. So when we give our teachers materials, we want to make sure that they can use them to the best of their ability. So we're actually bringing back in some of our vendors to let our teachers ask questions and dive back into that work. And some of our next steps include unit alignment tools and resources from KDE. We're going to be looking at that. They write our standards, so we want to make sure we're perfectly aligned to what they want us to do. So thank you all so much. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the support that you show to LES and, making sure we have what we need. So thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, and congratulations on your new school.
Thank you.
Ms. Middleton was right about two things that she said. Number one, she's responsible for developing systems and making sure they're in place. But then she is also quick to recognize her staff and her students for what they've accomplished. Because just like she said with HQIRs, if you don't support that, it doesn't work. Her systems don't work if the people don't buy into it. And she's done a great job of getting them to buy into it. So very proud of the work she's doing there.
Awesome. All right, item 3 is reports. We've had access to the treasurer's report and we get frequent bills as presented.
They are all there, and anybody that would like to take a look at them, feel free to do that. Bills as presented were posted today, so it's very current.
I looked at them today. All right, item 4 is the consent agenda. Unless any board member wants to pull anything out with this, I will entertain a motion to adopt the consent agenda as it is printed.
I make a motion that we adopt the consent agenda.
Okay. Mr. Hart made the motion. Do I have a second?
I second the motion, and I'd just like to say thank you for the donations, for people thinking of our district.
Ms. Davis seconded. Any other thoughts or questions? All in favor, let it know by lifted hand. The consent agenda is adopted. Item 5 is the action agenda, and A, under item 5, is to approve a pay application.
You have in front of you what is the final pay application for the project at the high school. This is the retention funds that were held from Rising Sun, that in amount of $67,620. On completion of this, we will be moving toward a BG5 to wrap the project up completely, to know what final dollars there are available to us after that. So based on all of this, it's my recommendation that you approve the pay application for the GCHS Student Athletic Fields and Facilities.
Thank you, sir. Superintendent's recommendation, you've heard that. All in favor?
Well, let's take a motion.
Let's have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the pay application.
Yeah, we can vote after.
Yeah.
Dr. Lamb made the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Mr. Smith second. Any questions or comments? All in favor, let me know by lifted hand. Now we can vote. And all were in favor. Item B is to approve a Frisky Assurance Certification for 26 through 28.
Every 2 years, we're asked to tell KDE that we are doing what we are supposed to do based on the regulations around the Friskies area. We are always doing that. This is a non-competitive grant. If we weren't doing it, we wouldn't receive the funds, so we continue to do that. We need your all's vote here to justify that we are, so that we can tell KDE that, yes, you all know that that's what we're doing. So based on that, it's my recommendation that you approve of the Friskies Assurance Certification for 2026 through 2028.
Thank you, sir. You've heard the superintendent's recommendation. Do I have a motion?
I move we approve the Family Resources Service Center assurance certification. For
Ms. Davis?
26, 28.
Ms. Davis made the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Hart seconded. All in favor? All board members were in favor. Motion is passed. Item C is to approve a shortened school day for Lancaster Elementary School student.
As you all know, there are occasions when we need to have a student shorten their day. We never come to you without having had doctor's approval for that, and ARC's held if that is appropriate. In this case, it's my recommendation that you approve of this shortened school day for an LES student.
Okay, you've heard the superintendent's recommendation. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the shortened school day for the LES student.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Smith made the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Dr. Lamb seconded. All in favor, let me know by lifted hand. All board members were in favor. Item C is approved. Item D is to approve the calendar for the 26-27 school year.
Last month, if you'll recall, we held this just to make sure, and there was a slight change that's been made. The committee met and they looked at two things. If you'll look at the November date, in the past, we have taken both the Monday and Tuesday around Election Day. We now can actually go to school on election day, but the committee was not quite ready to make that decision, but they were ready to make the decision of going to school on that Monday to try to keep from breaking up the fall any more than normally happens. So this is a recommendation coming out of the committee. I think Mr. Smith served as your all's representative to that. So if you have questions around that, you are certainly free to ask him. But it's my recommendation that you approve the 2026-27 school calendar.
Thank you, sir. You've heard the superintendent's recommendation. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion, we approve the calendar for the 26-27 school year.
Okay, Mr. Hurt made the motion. Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
Ms. Davis seconded. Anybody have any questions? Thank you for serving, by the way. Appreciate it. You stepping up. All right, all in favor, let me know by lifted hand. All board members were in favor. Item D is approved. Item E is to approve a memorandum of understanding with Thomas More University.
You all have had a chance to see that memorandum of understanding. This is an opportunity for us to engage with them in two ways. One is to make available part of our facility here at GEC with a couple of classrooms. We're not sure that will happen immediately, but we look forward to them doing that and providing opportunities for not just our students, but for the community, and then also connecting with them for dual credit. We are happy with the MOU. Your board attorney has reviewed it and is happy with it as well. So based on that, it's my recommendation that you approve of the MOU with Thomas More University for the use of our facilities from January 2026 through December of 2027.
Okay, thank you. You heard the superintendent's recommendation. Do I have a motion?
I move we approve the MOU with Thomas More University from January 26th to December 27th.
Thank you. Ms. Davis made the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, Mr. Hurt seconded. Any questions or comments? All in favor, let me know by lifted hand. All board members were in favor. Item E is approved. Item F is to approve a memorandum of understanding with Lexus Garrard.
So 3 weeks ago, I couldn't have told you anything about this. And in your packet is some summary information from them. And if you flip it over, you'll actually find a link where you can go take a look at this. This is an opportunity that we're going to enter that indirectly helps our students in band. Winter Guard is color guard that happens in the winter. And this organization, Lexus, is actually a professional winter guard, which I didn't know existed, but it does. And it's made up of individuals 18 and older. They have a team member who's 32. They've had team members as old as 39. They have a team member who travels from Tuscaloosa, Alabama every week to participate. There are only 30 of these professional teams in the United States. Kentucky only has one. And we are about to ask you to allow them to make Garrard County their base from which they work. We think it'll be a really neat opportunity. Our color guard got to see them practice a couple weeks ago, and a couple of students said, I had no idea that this was out there, but I can see how this can be a positive for me after I graduate from high school. Our color guard coaches are on the team. So it's a really neat opportunity, and there's actually some money that will come with this that will go to the band program to support that program. So as you all know, one of the things that we wanted to do is figure out how to take our facilities and have them generate revenue rather than cost revenue for us. I will tell you this, I'm going to ask you to change this slightly because although we have approval from your board attorney, we do not have a final drafted MOU. What I would like to have from you all tonight is verbal approval to move forward with this, to eventually come back to you next month with a formal MOU, but to allow them to go ahead and begin the practice process in January. Yeah, happy to answer any questions that you might have about it within the scope of what I'm able to answer. Mr. Anderson is aware of this. We have worked with the athletic director to make sure that it has no impact there. So all of our students will continue to have access to everything that they should have access to, and we are in no way funding an organization with any of your all's money. we're actually making money off of them. So based on that, I would recommend a verbal approval with Lexus Winter Guard for facility use from January 26th through April 2026.
Okay, so you've heard the superintendent's recommendation at this meeting for a verbal approval to move forward with finalizing the memorandum of understanding. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion for the verbal approval.
Okay, Mr. Hart made the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Mr. Smith seconded. So this is Color Guard on steroids then?
It is, and I would encourage you to go take a look at it. There is an example on YouTube and on the document that I gave you, and again, it's available to anybody in the community. If you go to that link, you'll be able to watch their performance. It's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. I was able to go watch them practice, and it's pretty phenomenal. Mr. Green is here, and I don't know if he would add anything to it, but it's pretty.
You said it all.
Okay, it's pretty
It's
impressive.
professional color guard.
It's pretty it's pretty good. It's pretty impressive.
I never heard of it when he shared this with me in our meeting last Friday. I was blown away. I said, wow, how many opportunities do we have like this?
Yeah, I don't know, there's not another high school that'll be hosting a professional organization like the high school is about to do here. And what they have volunteered to do, and we'll give you more details once they have it in place, is to do a free performance for the community in January and connect our color guard to that as well, so that our color guard gets to participate and see that moving forward. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to see this happen.
All right, thank you. Anybody else? All in favor, let me know by lifted hand. All were in favor, the verbal approval is approved. Which brings us to our last item. We'll be moving into executive session. So if I could have a motion to move into executive session.
I'll make a motion to move to executive session.
I'll second that.
Mr. Smith made the motion, Dr. Lamb seconded. All in favor, let me know by lifted hand. Thank you very much. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your patience. I don't know how long this is going to take. I have no idea. I'm not going to take it.
I tell you, it's quick. It won't.
Stay here.
We are back in regular session. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn this meeting.
Mr. Smith made the motion to adjourn.
Second.
Mr. Hurt seconded. All in favor? All board members in favor, we adjourn. Thank you all that may still be on the air with us. Appreciate your patience. Have a Merry Christmas.